Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to the latest edition of the Irregular update with me, MonolithicBacon. Now, I didn't think I'd be getting a video out to you anywhere near what I hoped would be on my schedule, if I had a schedule. It's called the Irregular update for a reason, I suppose. But if you can kind of get the hint, I've had a cold recently, I'm looking pretty haggard, and over there is the big pile of work that's had me by the balls. So, I'm finally coming out of it, but for the last 2 weeks, I've only had 15-minute breaks to really do anything in. So, if you were to have a look at the Company of Heroes 2 Steam Workshop, you'll see a latest piece of work by me, which technically isn't mine. I had a couple of chats with the devs over at Company of Heroes 2, and they gave me the green light to go ahead and do it, but you'll notice that Montherme has been converted. So, for anyone who played Company of Heroes 1, they know that this was a very popular map, but had some serious balance issues. Now, I was looking through old bookmarks and all my old history on computers that have long since died, and found an article by a guy called DCW over on Game Replays, and he had created a concept to change Montherme to make it more balanced, to make it very easily playable for competitive play with 6 people. But for some reason, whether it was the idea that the game had already been left at that point, or there was no one in the community to do it, that concept of a balanced Montherme was very much abandoned and left. So instead of letting it gather dust any further, I thought I can at least convert it over for Company of Heroes 2 and make it playable. The fortunate thing was that this balanced style that it was supposed to be in favoured the idea of having less resource points and having more bridges, which is a very common thing in Company of Heroes 2. The maps that were very large in Company of Heroes 1 are extremely large in Company of Heroes 2. If you have a look at some of the 2-player maps as well, they can easily support 4 players now. Things like Langairs, which was a 4-player map on Company of Heroes 2, now is only a 2-player map, granted it has been changed back, but it was designed for only 2 people on Company of Heroes 1. So, sizing and shapes have changed, layouts have changed, and Montherme now makes a very, very suitable 6-player map. And I've had a lot of fun making it, and a hell of a lot of fun playing it. On that note as well, I thought I'd try and do the good thing and point out some of the latest mods that I've been looking at. Now, a lot of you, I imagine, have seen, or at least played, the Spearhead mod. But I wanted to just give it a bit of a nudge in there, because I am fascinated with this mod. It's not necessarily super realistic, but it certainly plays a lot harder than any of the other mods I've seen so far. Weapon damage is extremely high, for example. You will find yourself ripping through units very, very quickly, and how you play is dramatically important, as one wrong step, an entire infantry squad can be cut down before you even know what's happened to them. So it plays very, very well, very quickly at that, and I've been testing out Montherme using this mod, and it's come out quite nicely. Still, besides that, I thought I would also try and get a bit of a prod towards things that are happening in other games. I've been working a hell of a lot on the creation kit for Skyrim, and unfortunately I've lost motivation to continue any further. As much as I love the creation kit that they have there, very time consuming, it's very heavy work for very little reward. You could spend 20 or so hours on creating a small room of a dungeon and have a player walk through it in less than 5 seconds. So it's very high effort, low reward kind of creation. Looks very pretty, it's been nice to relax me, but I'm not sure whether or not anything like should be released for it. On the other hand, however, I'm looking at the Project Zomboid maps I've been releasing, and I've somehow picked up a bit of popularity. So a YouTuber called Manbearpig has recently released a first look video at Phoenix, and in his video he just gives a brief run through of what the map looked like, how it plays like, practically gets himself killed in the process, but it was a nice gesture, and I'm hoping to work with him a little bit more in the future. But it's also given me that inspiration to keep working on Phoenix. It is far from finished, it's only in pre-alpha, it needs a lot more work going into it, so that is what I'll be working on for the next couple of weeks, hopefully, just to get a bit more flesh to it. For those of you who have played Phoenix, it's an industrial sector, but I need to add some residential areas, places where you'd have workers living, small houses, large houses, housing estates, and so on. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort. However, if you've played Project Zomboid or you've used their map making kits, please get in touch with me. I would love to see any buildings that you would like to create and add into Phoenix. I'm definitely going to take in any contributions from the public. So if you've got some good ideas, drop me a message. As a final note, everything that's going on between Mirage and myself is still happening. It's very slow progress at the moment though. We're both very busy, but we're currently looking at doing 2 of the maps that we have at the 3 planned simultaneously. So he's working on one for a couple of weeks, I'm working on the other, and once we're happy with what we've got so far, we'll swap. At the moment, they are both only in the very early concepts. They have territory layouts and building layouts, that's about it, so there's no art pass on it at all yet. Which means there's not really much to show you. So no screenshots yet this week. I will show you some of Montherme, I imagine I already have, on the overlay of this video, so you don't have to watch me the entire time. I'll also show you a couple of Manbearpig and his video of Phoenix. But other than that, the links for everything that I've talked about will be just below this video in the description, so look out for that. But for the rest of the week, or maybe the next 2 weeks, depending on how busy it gets, that's it from me. Have a look at Montherme, have a look at Phoenix, and have a look at the Spearhead mod. And also, if you'd be so kind, go and drop over onto Manbearpig's YouTube page. Check out some of his Project Zomboid videos. They're pretty great. Okay, that's it from me. See you next time. Keep on mapping. See you soon.